Morning. It's Monday, fourth day, last day leaving. Slept in 9:30, and thank God the weather forecast changed. It's not going to rain today. I hope they're right. So I don't have to rush. I can take a 4 p.m. train, 16:13 train, so I can chill for a bit. I'm just about out of cigarettes. I have to go to the shops and get some cigarettes probably. I'll have a long morning. Battery died on me when I woke up. Last battery, and only got 20% left on the battery bank. So this has to do me, so no time lapse. Well, it's 10:35. Had my coffee and cigs. 3 cigs left. That's enough. I'll be out of here by 12. An hour and 20 minutes to pack. That should be all right. We got a cruise though. I don't really need to take a dump. I can do that at the hotel at the Fjellstova. Use the real toilet for a change. But enough shit there that I deserve it. Alright, time to cruise. Sleeping bag and sleeping pad first, I think. It's a little nippy, so I need a jacket today. Don't know if I need this. I think that goes away. Alright, put you away. Just show you the fire, what's left of it. All that wood burned down to nothing. Amazing. And there's a bit of sun, so I hope it dries things out a little bit. Anyway. Alright, over and out. Well, I had a senior moment. I packed up the tent with my wallet still in it. So now I have to pack it up again, unpack and then pack. Or I've done it, found my wallet. Thank God, had a heart attack. Spacing. I'll have time for another coffee before I leave. I don't have too much to pack up, just a little bag and some odds and ends. I have to repack the tent, of course. But anyway, senior moment, not good. Well, it's 20 to 12, so I'm on time. I'll just show you the chair thing, that's really cool. Swedes are geniuses. So, anyway, you can see there, not really. It sinks in though. Stuck. Stay down. This goes in the big backpack. And then I've packed, I just need to add the tent. If I can get it to fit. Uh-oh. Crap. There we go. Done. Well, I'm going to try and take a dump. It's out of the way. I could do it at the hotel. But one last in free nature. That's a huge pack. That's going to suck. So I'll be out of here at 12. Gives me 4 hours to get up there. Should be fine. I'll have to get cigs. I have one left. That's it basically. I've just got one 3-day-old bread roll. I'm throwing away a lot of lunch food, but I'm not too heavy to take home. So, alright, nature calls. That's the campsite. Spotless, no cigarette butts, no nothing, no beer cans. Except for fire and burn marks from the grills. They're not very cool. There's a big burn mark over there as well, and one over there, but that's too bad. Alright, and I hope these are not rain clouds. I don't think they are. Not forecast any rain, because my rain jacket is, and my rain pants are buried in the backpack, which is kind of stupid, but anyway. Alright, I should certainly make it to the station before any rain comes, but didn't forecast any rain. I'm going to pick up a bit of rubbish. There's a thing for a stava. Just toss that. Found it. Alright. Wow, that's the second vending. Etage. The top one. So, that's a big trash bag. I threw out pate. It's been sitting in the heat for 2 days. Potato salad, lumpe, hamburger buns. I'm not dragging that home. I'm just taking up some snowfisk and some copper salami. Copper ham, I mean, whatever. I have my last stick here now. Throw that out. And then it's the big backpack up to the store. And then back down again for these two. And that's a third of the way once I get to the store. So I might have even made the 1:30 train. I doubt it though. I don't think so. Missed it by half an hour. If I'd started an hour earlier, I would have made the 1:30 train. That's too bad. No reason to take it, except I think my afternoon train is going to be full of tourists coming from Myrdal, so maybe a problem space-wise for the backpack. We'll see. Well, battery's halfway dead already. Need a new GoPro. Pop you there for now. Oh boy, this isn't good. It's bad. Oh. I won't film the whole way, but it's so tall it brushes the branches. It's a monster backpack. I have to weigh it when I get home, for the record. This is the limit of what I can carry, at least uphill. Downhill I can probably carry more along the flat, but not much more. Got a balancing act here. Oh shit, made it. marsh. Oh shit, there's a plank there, I missed it. It's a bit wet around here. I see the Myrdal. Break. Catch my breath. I'll turn you on again. There's Myrdal. I'll turn you on again when I get to the top. It sucks. Alright. So I made it. It's now 12:40. I left the campsite 12. It's taken 40 minutes, but I'm not done yet. So it's in about an hour, 4 stages, vending it up to Myrdal, and then another hour and 15 minutes to the train station with another 2 vending it, 6 in all vending it. Anyway, alright, I hope no one's next to this, but it's just lying here. Well, they had venison, but it's frozen from New Zealand, not local. Cheap though, 3.59 kroners a kilo, so $35 a kilo. $30 a kilo US, more Australian. But I have my venison, cool. It's Myrdal, which is, it's either sirloin or top round, somewhere around there. Make a good stew. So now the real torture begins. This is the really bad bit. I'm halfway now. Now I've got a long stretch of road and a horrible hill, and then I have to leave my camera and 16,000 kroners worth of fly rods there, and hope no one takes it. I don't think they will here. It was fine last time. Makes me a bit nervous though. No one's going to take that. But leaving, if I go first and take the small bag, then I'm leaving it at the station, which is also probably even more sketchy. So I think this is good. No one comes around here. Anyway, torture. Here we go. I'm only filming a little bit, I think. Oops. Huh. Stupid trash bag. Oh, stupid thing. Alright. Oh god, it's dying. Slowly. Very slowly. So I asked if I could leave the trash here. You said I have some big trash bins, but they said no. So I have to drag it all the way up to the next parking lot, which is a pain, but that's just with a little bag. So this next part is not so good, but the really bad hill is up to the station. Anyway, very handy to have a snowshed. They didn't have Camel Blues, but they had Marlboro Gold. I don't know if it's any good, but whatever. I can have a cig when I get up there. It's now 1:10, so there's no way I would have made. There's goodbye. Well, I'll be back here. No way I would have made the 1:30 train or 1:20 train, whatever it was. So I'll have 2 hours to wait. That's fine. Read a book. make a bread roll or something, although I'm not that hungry. But wait until I get home to eat. Maybe order a kebab. Kebab sounds good. Or a burger. Kebab, I think. So, Myrdal, it's all these signs, but the trail isn't marked. Very bad. I guess you're supposed to just walk along the road here. Completely wrong. Well, you're supposed to walk along the road. This map is all wrong. So they're not marked as trails. And anyway, descriptions are very brief. Was utferdslag med Myrdal, Bergen och Myrdal on 2 lag that suck. Hear me? You suck. Always wrong. Terrible. So I got quite a long stretch of road, and then a dirt road, and short but steep, terrible hill. So I think this is just road. That's the creek that empties into Kleivelvi. Very low water. I think I'll turn you off. Save batteries. Till I get to the parking lot. So I don't have to go quite as far. Should have used this one last time. Parking lot. Now bad part begins. Go up there to the train station. So it's gonna go very slowly. Catch my breath. There's another another garbage hut, and leave your garbage. This thing for glass and metal. I'm not recycling this time. I just chuck it all in one bag. That's too bad. Recycle at home. This pack is, I have to wait when I get home. Not to mention myself, very little food but lots of beer. So I don't think I've gone down in weight, but I've been skipping breakfast and lunch, and then just 3 sausages for dinner. Fasting, no fish. You'd think that would help. And then lugging this huge pack. That's the train I could have caught. It's 13:20. So if I'd left half an hour early, I would have made it. But that's alright. I know that's Bergensbanen. Yeah, it's not the local train. That's the Bergensbanen. I assume. Long train like that. Anyway, so that's the hill. It gets steeper. I'll turn you off until I get to the top, and I'll try out Marlboro Gold. I think there's no point in seeing. You've seen me struggle enough, I think, now with this pack. It's just more of the same. Whinge, wheeze, whinge, wheeze. Anyway, alright. One last effort. Here's the parking lot and the station. That was bad. Back is starting to complain. So I don't know how many years I can do this. Not many. Worst part of the trip. Gotta pay for this holiday and enjoyment. Steep price. Oh God. Thank God it's not raining. It was forecast rain around now yesterday, but changed the forecast. Last little hill. I have to go all the way back down again. But my shit's still there. Fuck yeah. If Ljosanbotn. Ja, det ska jag göra. Barely fit through there. All right. Last few steps. 3 more steps. And then time it to see how long I took. That's the local train. If I hadn't had a day bag, I would have made it. Anyway, that took 20 minutes. Well, if I hadn't had a day bag in the trash, I would have made that train. Just barely, by 2 minutes. But I need a day bag, and of course there's my rod and the camera. And it means making all these trips, otherwise. I've used now, it's about 1:37, an hour and 37 minutes going back and forth. But if I only had one backpack, I'd probably do it in an hour. Or you could just leave an hour earlier and that'd be fine. So I left quite late. Had a good sleep in and took my time packing up. Oh, big car. Anyway. Big Mercedes. Expensive. So, whoops, keeps doing that. Every time I touch the back, I get a little spanner sign. So, oh, I've saved battery. Alright, turn you off. So I'll make this brief. It's 10:02. Takes 20 minutes down, 15 minutes down. Backpack's still there as I expected. I won't film on the way up. Battery's just about dead. Like you've seen in a previous video last year, hit it and I was showing the trash thing, so I won't film that. It's just, you just put it in a little cabin, tap your bag, and they have recycling if you really want to do that. Not this time. Anyway, alright, this is the last trip, last vending. I just have to get. Well, it's 3:25, 3:30. So this is the waiting room. It's got a little library. I got here at 2, but the GoPro died down at Myrdal Fjellstove. Battery died, so I need a new GoPro. I'll need batteries at least. So anyway, it took me 2 hours and 10 minutes with all the trips. And it wasn't that terrible, it was pretty bad. The big backpack was pretty bad on that last hill, sucks. But I made it. 9 trips all up, so it's a mission. So I think we can go outside now. If you stand outside on the platform, the train comes by, the local train, they stop. So she said, don't. Well, the other carriage is full of Chinese tourists, not a single seat. This carriage is empty. So, no problem. This is not the bicycle carriage though, so got it next to me. And that's kind of too bad. Nowhere else to put it. So, chill for 2 hours, then taxi home. Definitely taxi. Not even going to try the bus. Save 400 kroner if I don't take if I take the bus though, but that's too bad. It's expensive doing this trip. This trip has cost so far 700 kroners in Myrdal coming up, my old station. And this has cost 700 in train tickets, 1500 for food at the Myrdal, and then another 750 for the venison and cigarettes. That was expensive. So that doesn't count though. The cigarettes count, that's another 400, so 2,000 for food and cigarettes. And that's it. And 800 for taxi. 650 for taxi roughly. I think one taxi was 300. I'll see how much 310, and then I'll see how much the taxi is home will be. Probably more expensive because it's not Bergen taxi. It's one of those taxi companies that rips you off. So 440 or 400 there, unfortunately. 700. So what's that? 2,000. Well, 1,500, 700, 2,200 plus 700, 2,900, almost 3,000 kroner make it. So quite expensive for a 4-day trip. That's 300 bucks, 280 bucks US, or divide by 7 for Australia. Kroner is very weak, so even by US standards, it's quite expensive. You see, the fall colors are really coming now. So unfortunately, it's going to rain. The birch trees are gone; they're dead, more or less. There's a few there. So fall came and went, more or less, very quickly. That's Myrdal, that big mountain there. Very avalanche prone, so I'm not skiing that. I've been up that valley though, and I've fished all down this stretch, down from that's a military base, and down the river several kilometers, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 kilometers, without a fish. That was a fishless trip. And that's not true. I caught 2 little tiny piddlers. That was the valley up that way. Ljosanbotn. That's a military shooting range, firing range, or whatever they call it. So you never know, if you go there, they may have it closed off. They have a boom, and they put up a flag if it's in use, and then you can't go there. But I'd like to explore that. You have to call Håkonsvern, the naval station in Bergen, to see if it's being used by one of these special forces or Heimevernet, or the local, the reserve. Alright, that's enough. I'll put you away and then I'll turn you back on when we're home. Well, last entry for the GoPro. I made it back. It's now a little 6:40, so almost exactly 6.5 hours door to door from the campsite to here. And I had the foresight to leave myself goodbye Öshabir. Very good, Calabier. After that, it's Budweiser, unfortunately. That's all they had in the shops, or out of Friedland. So a good trip, and luckily there was plenty of space on the train, as you saw earlier. Although it does fill up with Chinese tourists and Japanese tourists, but no problem this time. And I made it up the hill, no problem. Well, not no problem, it was agony, but I mean I made it. And it turns out the day bag only weighed 8.3 kilos. Of course it has 1.2 kilos of venison in there. And the big backpack wasn't that heavy after all, it was only 24 kilos. So it's me that's getting weaker, because I used to carry 35 kilos in one bag. I don't think I can fit 35 kilos in that backpack though, it was full. Of course the wading boots and the waders take a lot of space. And a big a kind of fall sleeping bag also takes a lot of space. And there's a lot of clothing. And I had 2 propane bottles. But still, I have a feeling I've carried a lot more than that before, and yet fitted in the same or a similar backpack, or even a smaller backpack, and yet we still had much heavier loads. So I just can't carry much more than that. I could carry maybe 26, 27, but that's my limit, as opposed to 32, 35. So that's the sucks getting old. That's what it's all about. There's the view from my wonderful balcony. That's Sandviken, Bergensbanen, and the church. So now it's time to edit. I don't have to color grade, although I am producing in HDR, so that's just have to remember to tick some boxes. And I hope the GoPro footage looks better this time. I'm not shooting in ProTune and I'm not grading. I'm not adding a lot, which screwed up when you export for HDR. So I mean it's just straight out of camera and normal color profile. So I hope it works. Otherwise I'll have to do one with just normal video. But then the problem is, you know, it works fine on my Lumix because I'm shooting an HLG profile. But then when I'm cutting it in with GoPro footage, I can't really change the settings for each clip. It's project settings for HDR production. So that's kind of a problem. One of them, usually the GoPro, ends up looking screwed up. But I have an HDR TV, so I mean I want to see it on my big 55-inch, which is not very big. But I want to see it on my LG TV in HDR. It looks much better in HDR. Anyway, okay, good trip, 2 little fish, good fire, lots of cold beer. A success. Probably last fishing trip of the year. It's going to be too cold and wet and miserable now, at least for the next 10 days, and probably longer. And then I've got a lot of appointments and crap, doctors and God knows what else. Alright, over and out, and subscribe to Ljosanbotn TV. Click like and subscribe, as they say. Right. Or not.